Yeah, can I speak to Mike? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I'm going through my parts here. You know, you and I spoke yesterday about having this vent valve. One of the most important things that we have. You know, it's missing. I can't wait till, what, 20 bucks, what? Freight? Come on, I ordered it from you. I need this valve. I can't wait any longer. Get it in the mail. Yeah, get it in the mail and we'll see if we can deal with it. You know, guess I could. Well, that's the broken valve. I guess I could, you know, worst case scenario, I could cut some threads in there and put in this brass fitting. But it's just gonna take, you know, take a little time, you know. There is one possibility. I do got some cords in the Ford van out here. Let me go dig some snow out and let me go have a look, and maybe we do. Because we need to get this transfer case going for the fine folks at the Chasing the Wild Wonder. They're moving to Texas. We're on the deadline coming up. So we really got to get this going. So I'm going to go out there and check. Okay. Hell with that. Ah, right there. Got a transfer case. Let's see if that vent's there. It's where I store all my cords that I might need. They're gonna make me split the case to get that vent. What do you think? Gotta pull the tangs, it won't just pop out. I'm gonna try very lightly go get a screwdriver and see if we can get it without pulling it, but it's worth it. Success! We got our vent. We're gonna rebuild that transfer case. We're not gonna have to wait 2 days to see if it's gonna come in the Pony Express. We got one now. Yahoo! And then people want to know why I don't throw anything away. We just showed you. We're putting in a new case half. A couple things you need to know is that this spring right here, or the snap ring that sits down in here, you'll need to remove this and transfer it to your new case half. Guys, don't forget to take your alignment pins out. They're a split pin. Just take a little, just close the gap. Boom. There's 2 of them, just like that. And we'll transfer these to the new case half, and for a final assembly. Well, guys, we're on our starting of the rebuilding the transfer case, reassemble it. Remember this, had to go trample through the snow to get it. That's one of the first things we're gonna put in. We use a little assembly lube on the O-ring there. Boom. In there. I don't have to wait till Friday now. I may or may not get it. I have it. We're ready. We're going forward. Well, we got our bearings into our selector shaft. That looks like, you know, we got 32. We're on this one. We better find that one. Oh, there it is. Got it, number 33. We'll get that in, get our shaft put in, and we'll start building. Okay, guys, we got our bearings in. We're gonna put our selector shaft through here. Just like so. We've got a snap ring. Hey, and if I lose it, guess what? I got another transfer case. Don't lose it. We're gonna just mount this to our adapter that we have mounted to our bench. It articulates anywhere we want. If we needed to, we can go block it up. It's all done with the big hole. In most of your benches, we just use big washers so that we can move this around. So let's go ahead and mount the case. Got it mounted. We'll use one of the bolts, the nuts. We're going to secure the case half to the adapter to the bench. And we're going to start getting this thing built. Okay, as you can see, wherever we needed to go, it ain't going nowhere. You know, if we need to flip it up, we'll block it. Whatever we got to do. So it works real well. No more 2x4s. Yeah, we're looking good here. Well, guys, when you're putting this clip in, don't have an opening where the tang is for the thrust washer. Make sure your opening is. Away from that opening there, and it'll secure it in place. Looks like she's in there. Okay, that's our low range and high range. That's going to go through our input here on our deal. We can almost go ahead and put this in right now. Going to get a little lube. Get a little lube in our bearing. We'll go ahead and put our big snap ring in. Lost the light. Wow. Guys, we use a Lucas. We always use this on our transmissions when we're assembling. Keeps things in place. Acts as so we have a dry startup or anything. It's a very good lubricant. Okay, we'll go ahead and build our output shaft and get it in the case. Just set this in here for right now. We'll have to kind of pull it back out. Okay. Now we've got our dog into the trough down here. This is our low and our range fork. This will bring out our collar here to have 4 low or 4 high. So anyway, that's one of the things that need to be done. And we'll start doing the clutches here, get this thing together. Yeah, there's that piece here. So we want to feed it there. Yeah, we got that assembly together. Let's have a look here. We got our snap ring. We do got our drum. Of course, this is our sprocket for the chain. And back here will be the oil pump, the rear bearing, where the second case half will hold it all together. So we're gonna keep going. Guys, we decided while we're down this far, we're gonna go ahead and just put in a new set of clutches while we're here. And some new steels, so I'll go get these cleaned up and I'll let these soak. Let's make sure we have 9 count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we got 10. I'm doing my counting. Or I do that new math these days. 6, 7, 10. Is it possible? Is it hiding in here? Recount these. Unreal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness.
Missing one?
Missing one. Hey, I just knew once we found the vent valve, I just knew something was gonna give me 3 steps back. So it just happened. Like they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Frustrating. Just frustrating. But we'll continue on. We'll just use the old ones. And, you know, they're in good condition. I was just trying to, why I had it apart, put new parts in, rebuild it, you know, do it the right way. I'm confident that these will work. I'd use them in mine if I had to. It's just, you know, I just wanted to do it complete. Why we had it this far. So anyway, we're going to continue to go forward. We got a deadline on probably Friday to get this vehicle down to Shoshone, get it hooked up to make sure everything's going to be right, because these guys are heading down to Texas and we want to make sure the differential, the transfer case, and all the things that we've done are going to be able to go on a road trip. If there's going to be any problem, we want to catch it ahead of time. Okay guys, we soak our clutch plates ahead of time, make a mess just like that. There's one, got the friction in. We'll grab a steel. Another friction. A steel. And there's 9 steels on this and 10 frictions. Okay, number 9, steel. 10 friction. And we'll round it off with this. This is what they call a shim. Well, since we're using the original plates, we'll just put that back in there. And I think we'll flip it over, we get a new surface. So that's what it looks like when that clutch is built. We've got to compress that spring. So let's make sure it's all not hanging up there. Just like that. Okay. Well, let me grab our little half moon here. This is our little half keeper here that's going to hold that pressure plate down. It's actually our actuator, and it goes in this small groove. Just had to clean off your hands. It's so slippery when you've got this ATF fluid here. Anyway, but that's how it goes. We got her in, and when we have automatic 4-wheel drive, this is our clutches. According to our encoder motor, it's going to press on this, compress our clutches, and start moving the torque from the rear to the front, depending on our speed and what the encoder motor and the TCM and transfer case module will apply the power where it's needed. So really a nice feature. Well guys, we're down to the assembly of the main fork here. Get our pivot pins, we're getting new O-rings on here, add a little lube. Use a Cornwell hex on that. That is a 12mm hex. We're just going to use our DeWalt. We're not going to reef on it, we just want to get it cinched down. Right there. Swing our holder over out of the way. Okay, it's in place. We'll go back and torque it here in a bit. We want to get our main shaft put in. Tell you, it's nice on this adapter is really nice for this bench. We can swing it either way. But anyway, I wanted to show you what's going on here. On this fork, we have a track down here for the high and low range, and we also have one for this fork. So this fork, when it goes into four-wheel drive, is going to push up on that, compress the clutches. make it so the front drive line's all connected as one. Then our chain will start, will rotate our front output shaft. You see this little dog ear right here. Now this whole shaft is going to be turned over and put down into the input shaft. Now this dog ear has got to face towards the outside of the case, because we got our witness mark right down in here where that dog leg's been hidden. So anyway, be looking for that as you're assembling these things. Got our snap rings. We're ready. Go out and dog leg. Oh. Just like so. Now, one thing you saw me, we're just pre-fitting this. I still got to get the chain on, but everything's working just like it should. Everything's in place. So anyway, let's get our chain on. The easiest way to do this is just remove both sprockets from their shafts, install the input shaft with the dog facing the outside. And there we go. That's installed. Let's grab our chain. Like again, we have our links to the outside. Got one in. Both. Now you'll see the slack here, the chain's not worn out. Once we get the other case, it's going to push that back like that and everything will be just fine. Right now we're going to get our circlips put back on. There we go. Just give it a little clip just like that. We got our input side, same thing. Got it there. Listen for the click. Just like so. We're ready to go. That'll be it for this. What we'll do is we'll get back here in the morning. We'll clean our halves up. We'll double check, make sure everything's where it should be. We'll show you how to install that spring back in the half. We'll put our alignment dowels in. We'll clean our surface. We'll treat it with the gray silicone that we use. And we'll get this thing back together. And by tomorrow, we're looking to have this transfer case back in the Suburban, because we're getting low on, your days are being numbered right now. So we want to make sure everything's going to hold together. So I'll see you tomorrow.